On this Outside of the Box, Christine spotlights Ishaan Kunwar, who discusses his program that uses AI power to help detect cataracts.
In some rural Indian areas, they only have one ophthalmologist for every 10,000 patients. So clearly they can't manually diagnose everybody. So I felt that a solution was needed for this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Outside of the Box. And we're doing another STEM spotlight, and I'm really excited about this project. I think that it's a really great project, and I have with me today Ishaan, who came up with this project, Catasight, dealing with AI power to help detect cataracts. So, if you just want to say hello and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Ishaan. I'm a high school junior who's 17 years old and I live in New Jersey.
Great. Now, first of all, the biggest thing that I'm always curious about whenever I talk to students about their projects is the idea behind the project and what led you to pursue this particular project for the National STEM Festival.
Oh, so I run a nonprofit to help the elderly with 21st century skills because I just feel like it's really important for them to learn about like how to use phones and computers. And right now we have 25 plus volunteers. We reached 500 elders and we can present our idea to the Edison mayor. But when I went to nursing homes to help these elders, I saw many elders struggling with cataract, and I was really disheartened by this because if you can't see, then you're really limited in your life. So I decided to do some research on this and the results were really shocking. Um, 33% of impaired vision cases and 51% of blindness cases are caused by cataract around the world. So it's clearly a very global problem. And 50% of people 75 or above develop cataract. So at some point in our lives, we all will, like we have a really good chance of getting cataract. So this is an issue that affects all of us. And while in countries like the US, we're lucky enough to have sophisticated medical technology and enough eye doctors to help diagnose our cataract, this isn't true around the world. In underserved areas around the world, the patient to ophthalmologist, ophthalmologists are eye doctors, so the eye doctor to patient ratio is very low, and they don't have sophisticated equipment to diagnose everybody. For instance, in some rural Indian areas, they only have one ophthalmologist for every 10,000 patients. So clearly they can't manually diagnose everybody. So I felt that a solution was needed for this.
Absolutely. I think that it's definitely very important. Now, looking at your project, I understand that the app kind of lets doctors and technicians upload photos to help receive the diagnosis for potential cataracts. Can you tell me a little bit more about how Catasight works exactly?
Okay, yeah. So a doctor or technician can easily upload a picture of a fundus image onto the app. So fundus images are pictures of the back of the eye taken with fundus cameras, which are easily available to many clinics. So they upload a fundus image onto the app, and then a featureization AI model essentially extracts like certain features from the image and turns it into an array of features because then that's what the classification model is able to read and then offer a prediction cataract or non-cataract along with a probability score of it being accurate.
Well, that is great. I mean, I think that being able to help speed up that diagnosis process, that's a big part of like having positive outcomes. And like you mentioned, there's certain areas where maybe there aren't the resources that there are here, and things like that. And that if you don't treat it and you don't diagnose it early, then it makes it hard to have those positive outcomes.
Yeah.
What, as far as going to the National STEM Festival, how are you feeling about being selected as a champion? Is that, I mean, obviously you hoped that that would happen, but were you expecting that or was it a complete surprise for you?
I was not expecting it at all because I felt that my project like was kind of basic compared to other projects. Like I saw these other projects like on their like last year's winners and they were like having all these complex chemicals or they made an app that was very complicated and mine seemed very basic like in comparison. It was just a diagnosing app. It just gave like one of two predictions. But after I won, I realized that the problem matters more and the impact the app has matters more than it just being like very fancy and complicated.
100%. I mean, the more people that you're able to help with this, the impact can be huge because, like you said, blindness, it makes it very difficult to get along in the world and stuff like that if you're unable to see. So I think the impact is definitely there. As far as the festival is concerned, it's coming up very soon. What are you personally looking forward to about that?
So I'm looking forward to all the fun events like eating ice cream and like stuff like that, ice cream socials. But my main thing that I'm looking forward to is having a chance to like broadcast my project and present it to a lot of STEM industry heads and other STEM leaders. Because one thing that I've struggled with making this project is having a consistent mentor. I've had some input, but from PhDs, but I haven't had like a consistent mentor to look at my project and help me. So with the National STEM Festival's vast network of mentors and sponsors, I feel like I could have like more support if I present my project and also spread more awareness about CADASI in general.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at this point, for how far developed your project is, do you have any future plans to develop it further? Is this something that you're continuing to work on?
Yeah, of course. I think that every product is a work in progress. It can always be made better. So I'm thinking of expanded to other diseases like glaucoma or like diabetic retinopathy because cataract is not the only disease that people suffer from. And additionally, I'm thinking of expanding to other imaging modalities because a new imaging modalities are types of images instead of only fundus images. Because a new type of imaging modality is smartphone camera images. And for these images, you can just take a picture of your eye with a smartphone camera from like your iPhone or something. And by inputting like smartphone camera images into my app, this would allow even regular people to just simply take a photo of their eye and then obtain a diagnosis instead of having to go to a clinic.
That is definitely a very important accessibility that this would offer. Now, I'm curious, you're obviously you're still in high school at this point, but you're getting towards the end of it. In terms of future, career paths and things like that, is this an area that you want to continue to be involved in for a career, or is there something else that you're looking to do once you get out of high school?
Once I get out of high school, I'm looking to like major and get a job in artificial intelligence because with like the release of ChatGPT and DeepSeek and all these AI models, it's clearly a very rising field. So not only would it be good for me to get into this field, but I feel like it could help a lot of people with artificial intelligence.
I know if I ask the question, I know what the answer is, but I mean, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of, because AI is something that there's definitely a lot of people that have apprehension about because of the potential danger of AI, but there's also a lot of good that can be done with AI. So if you could talk a little bit about that and like the potential of using it for improving, health outcomes and things like that.
Yeah, so I know many people are worried about like a Terminator scenario happen where like AI becomes deadly and like just kills a bunch of people. But so far that isn't what we've seen, right? We've seen like useful AIs like ChatGPT like giving us answers what we need. And in terms of the health sector, doctors are already using AI to like perform surgeries on patients and like detect like diseases. And this can help like make like diagnose of these diseases like facilitate them and then help people like recover from them faster if these diseases are found faster. Like so far, AI has only seemed to have a positive impact, and I think it only has a negative impact if we let it have a negative impact. If we control it and make sure we use it for good things like detecting diseases, I think it can better like increase our lifespan and increase our health.
Absolutely. I think that is a great message. Is there anything as far as personal words of wisdom about the importance of creativity and innovation, especially in these STEM spaces, to help continue to build on, these great inventions and things like that, and, do more positive things for people through STEM?
Oh, I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, sorry. Basically, I was asking to talk about the importance of helping people through STEM and why other kids that are out there, why it would be a good idea for them to consider STEM careers or pursue, different things like that.
Because there are other fields like commerce and the humanities, but I feel that STEM has the most tangible impact on like human welfare and like human comfort and just human civilization in general. Because in the prehistoric era, for thousands of years, we didn't like really have STEM and our life remained the same. We just lived in caves and we died a lot and like we had to like fight animals and stuff like mammoths. But since the invention of the wheel, tech has been like cascading and like improving our life exponentially. And aside from also having like a tangible impact on our life and on our health, like tech also like has more of an impact as time goes on. For example, if a person from the 1970s was transferred to the year 2000, they would be very impressed with the technology in the 2000s, like phones and like early computers and stuff like that. But if a person from the 2000s was transferred to 2015, they would also be just as impressed with the new technology. So tech like exponentially improves our lives, unlike other areas which are still good, but they improve our lives more at a linear rate as compared to technology, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. That makes total sense. Well, that is great. I mean, I also think that STEM is extremely important, and more people need to pay attention to it and, get involved if it makes sense for them and they have the capability to do that. So, well, thank you so much, Ishaan. It was really great hearing about your project. I think that it's amazing, and it definitely sounds like there's a lot that you can expand on. And I really appreciate you joining me today.
I really appreciate you interviewing me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, for those that are watching, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment. Keep supporting STEM. Definitely, if you have a chance to go out to the National STEM Festival, it's going to be an amazing event, and there's going to be just some amazing young people showcasing their talents there. So please make sure that you check it out and support it. And we will see everybody next time on the show.